I'm going to take you on a little field trip with me today. I live in Boise, Idaho, and I'm pretty lucky because we have this really cool thrift store that is a craft thrift store. Everything in it is craft related, and it's actually really cool. It's only open a couple days a week for a couple hours. It's all run by volunteers, which is pretty cool. And then another thing that's awesome is at the end, they weigh everything so that they can keep track of how much is kept out of the landfill. They have all kinds of crafts, paper crafts, obviously, tons of sewing stuff, and then old patterns. And one of the things I love is they have a whole section of old magazines and books, which is fun. You can usually find like old scrapbook magazines and paper craft magazines in there. And then the other fun thing is they have a section that's just like collage stuff, where they have like old maps and old postcards and photos. So there's a ton of fun stuff inside. So let's go check it out. This is the collage section, and they just have like all kinds of old like magazines and stuff that you can cut apart. Oh my gosh, my mother actually had this exact sewing manual. Old maps. They have a box of postcards, some old encyclopedias, old photos. This is a fun thing too, like old like linens that are all stained that you can just cut apart for stuff. Some old magazines. These are really cute to cut apart. Old piano music. So cute. Little paper dolls. Some old slides, that's fun. This is what I love, the old cards. So you can cut these apart, make cool things with them. Plus I just like them for like inspiration too, so I always look through those. There's always tons of stamps. Looks like there's a whole bunch of close to my heart stamps. Glitters, dry embossing. Christmas crafts. I mean, come on, you can Christmas craft all year long. There's just tons of stuff. Patterns and needlework sets, gift wrapping stuff, just all kinds of fun stuff. This is another section I'm always like, what could I do? They have all these old like tiles and coaster things, pieces of linoleum. I guess if you're doing mosaics, that's a good idea, what to do with those. Tons of fun stuff. Looks like there's tons of resin molds today. Quilting stencils. Okay, this is one of my favorite things. They have this whole wall of like small pieces of fabric sorted by color. So if you're a quilter, which I really want to be a quilter, I just have not yet made a quilt, but you can just like shop by color of these small little pieces of fabric, and they're totally affordable. That one's $1.50 and it says it's a yard, so really good prices. Okay, well that was fun. I spent $19. I got some fun stuff, so when I get home I will go through and show you what I got. All right, I'm home now and I thought I'd just show you what I grabbed from the thrift store. So first of all, they have a bin of canvases that you can like, I guess the point is that you would take them and like reuse them, but oh my gosh, look at these paintings that someone made. I just love these, especially for my craft room. So they were $1 each. So I grabbed those. I'm actually hanging them on my wall. There's no way I am destroying that art. So that was the first fun find. Then I found some fun patterns. This is like a vintage apron. I've been wanting to sew some aprons. I actually sew, and I've just been really like wanting to sew lately. It's been a while since I have, but so I thought this was a fun vintage sewing pattern, and I think this was like 75 cents. Then I found this cute, I love Halloween. This is a cinnamon stick Halloween characters pattern. So I guess the little legs are cinnamon sticks. So I thought that was fun. It was $1. A Christmas craft pattern. And I got 3 quilting magazines. I told you I want to quilt, so I may try to make a quilt. And then I grabbed 3 vintage patterns. I'm actually going to use these more for a craft project, so stay tuned. I'm going to make some fun cards with these. So that'll be a project for another day. But I picked some that had some cute illustrations on the front. These were $1 each. The vintage patterns are a little more expensive. I grabbed a map just because I wanted, again, I have a project in mind that I wanted map paper for. Then the bin of used cards. I think these are 10 cents. I found some cute strawberry cards. So they all have like messages written in them, which is kind of fun. So I just grabbed some of these to cut apart and use for various projects. So cute. And again, there's like messages in all of them. And then I grabbed some fabric because I was thinking for my first quilt project, I might try to make like a pillow cover quilt. So I just grabbed some cute fabric and like 10 cents. I love that it's sorted by color so you can kind of pick what you want. These were like 10 and 50 cents. I got this stack of fat quarters. I loved it. There's a chicken one, so I had to buy that one. And then I got these 2 giant rolls of fabric. So this one is 2 3/4 yards for $4.10. This one is 3 yards for $4.50. So some fun projects there. So that is my thrift store haul. So thanks for coming along with me on this journey. And if you happen to ever be in Boise, Idaho, you should definitely check out Reuse Market in Garden City.